Yo, 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 welcome back to the Further Your Lifestyle podcast, conversations on lifestyle, passions, and hustles. My name's Chris Furlong, I am your host, and I'm super excited to be back here having the conversation with you. I always look forward to these conversations. I really do hope you enjoy these conversations. Today, episode 92, and we're getting close to the end of the year now, and it's an exciting time because we can reflect and see how far we've come, but also it can be a bit of a wake-up call because it means that maybe we didn't get to where we wanted to be, or maybe we didn't achieve what we had originally intended, and that's okay. At the end of the day, if you're progressing forward and taking action, then that's a win because this experience will enable you for the rest of your life. The topic that I want to talk to you about today is kind of like a pep talk, just some little bit of motivation and a way to, if you're not feeling yourself at the moment, hopefully this will pick you up. And we're focusing on why you shouldn't underestimate you, right? That's what we're talking about. It will be short and sweet, so buckle up and let's dive in. So I'm just going to quickly give you a couple of different points of why you shouldn't underestimate you. Take a moment and reflect. Zoom out of your current life. Understand these, or ask yourself this, or look down and see, where have you come from? What skills do you have? Don't compare to anyone else. We're focusing purely on what you do and what you can do, right? What skills do you have? What are you able to do? What can you do? What's something someone is always asking you for insight on or help on? What are they coming and tapping you on the shoulder and saying, hey, Chris, can you help me with this? Or can you help me with that? Or do you know anything about this? They're asking you because they genuinely think you have a better understanding than they do. What is something that people are always saying that you're good at? What is something that people have said that you are good at? And what is it a question that people might always be asking you, whether it's topical or informative? What is a regular question people are always asking you? And this one, which is kind of like what I said before, but what is something that you do that to you just becomes second nature? It's like you don't even think about it. Maybe you take it for granted. What is something that you just assume everyone else can do, but maybe they can't? Let me give you some perspective. If you've done 4 years of uni, you're 4 years ahead of someone that is about to start. If you've been working for 1 year, regardless of whatever industry it is, you're 1 year ahead of a graduate starting. If you've been shooting hoops for 5 years, playing basketball, in a sport, then you're 5 years ahead of someone wanting to learn how to play basketball. If you can play the drums and you can keep a beat and have a jam, you're already ahead of someone wanting to learn how to hit a beat. The point is, it's not about being ahead. It's not about, you're further than them, look at you, look at you. It's more around, the fact is, since you are ahead, you have information, you have knowledge, you have insight, you have skills, you have tricks, you have understanding, and you have an ability to be able to do something that someone has not yet done, or that someone cannot do. You can leverage that. You have power with that. You have opportunity with that. You can sell it, you can teach it, you can share it, and you can influence with that. Just because you know something doesn't mean someone else does or everyone else does. It works both ways, right? You don't know what you don't know, but at the same time, just because you know it doesn't mean everyone else does. And this gives you an advantage. It gives you options and it gives you power. Do not underestimate you and what you bring to the table. Take a moment and reflect on yourself. If you are struggling with understanding your value, have a conversation with someone. Reach out. Find someone to talk to. It can be myself. You can reach out. More than happy to continue the conversation. But I really, really do encourage you to reach out, have a conversation with someone, because it can be overwhelming to come through a year and think, what have I achieved? Where am I? Why am I not where I thought I would be? What happened? And I'll be frank, a lot of the time it's to do with two things: circumstances outside of our control, but also circumstances that we put ourselves in. And that can be hard to accept, but it's okay. This is part of learning. This is part of the journey. And you've got so much going for you. We've just gone through this process to help you understand what you do have, right? And look, the reason why I wanted to make this short and sweet is I can say all these things, but they only mean something if you get back out there and take action and start continuing to be the best version of yourself. And that's what I want for you. If you do want to have a conversation, please do reach out. You can hit me up at Further Your Lifestyle over on Instagram. If you're watching this or listening to this on YouTube, you can leave a comment. But get in contact with me or someone and see what you can do to have a conversation and helping yourself further your life if you need that. Or if you know someone that maybe does need to hear this or needs to have this conversation, send this to them. Reach out to them. Maybe have the conversation with them yourself. It's an important thing to be doing, checking in with our fellow friends and family And also leading up to a new year, it can be a little bit overwhelming. So that's my encouragement to you. This is a short and sweet episode for you today. Really do appreciate you being here. I always enjoy having these conversations, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Cheers. Now, if you didn't know, we do have the podcast merch, and this is with a key focus of enamel pins. Now, if you haven't checked these out, make sure you do, because the intent of these are really just to be a small token and a reminder for you to charge on, to push on, and to further your lifestyle. Whether it is a gift for someone else to encourage them, or maybe to inspire them, or maybe it's a way to motivate yourself, or you can simply just make a purchase to simply support the podcast, which would be greatly appreciated. We do also have some sweaters and some long tees, so make sure you check it out. Link in the description and in the show notes. Really do appreciate it. Cheers.